Before we got pregnant with Drew, I don't know if it was a month or 6 months, honestly, but I remember sitting in one of Mike's sermons, and I remember him, I don't even remember what the sermon was about, but I remember just looking around and thinking how connected everyone was, and I wasn't feeling connected to God. And that happened a couple times, and I remember finally during one of his messages, at the very end, I remember just praying and, God, just give me some kind of a sign. Let me feel you. I need something. And then I got pregnant with Drew. And after we were a few months pregnant, we found out that he had a fatal diagnosis, his trisomy 18, and he wasn't going to be able to live once he was born. We got pregnant and it was going, it was awful at first. I remember praying and praying and praying. I remember a lot of my nighttime prayers turned into all-night talks with God and just asking, why would you do this to us? We're just a normal, everyday family. We have enough struggles as it is. We did kind of come together as a family. We read lots of Bible scriptures. We prayed a lot more than we had ever prayed before with our children. And the struggles just kind of went up and down. There were highs and lows. We'd go see sonograms all together as a family. And we went through the whole journey, lots of prayers and lots of visits with Mike and Pat, and lots of bitterness and angriness with God. But I think as we got closer and closer to him being born, I started feeling God more and more, because every time that we would pray and just talk to God, I would feel like I would have a calming over me. I finally had some peace. And by the time Drew was born, it was still very, very hard, but there was just so much more peace from knowing that God was there. Some of the struggles I think I faced personally were, of course, I was carrying the baby. I felt the baby move, and it was a very normal pregnancy as far as my other pregnancies compared to my other pregnancies. I mean, he moved, and I could feel him, and just knowing that after he was born, he wasn't going to be here. And then on top of that, I was trying to kind of keep the rest of my family balanced, keep the boys. They were so devastated, and trying to keep them going the right direction, showing them, that this was not going to be a bad thing. It was going to be a good thing in the end. Was really difficult, and be a good wife and strong for my husband. And I just kind of a lot of burdens to bear with that. The struggles we faced as a family, it was a huge deal in our lives. The boys were 8 and 11. And then, of course, trying to explain to them that they were going to have a baby that was going to not survive. A baby they were so excited for that was not going to survive was huge. It was just a huge struggle for all of us. My husband, Tim, if you know Tim, he's a big leader, strong, doesn't want to show any weakness. It was a big struggle for him, I think, to have that weaker side, and especially around the kids. He wanted to be really strong for the kids. And the biggest thing probably was the boys. I've said that several times, but that to me was the biggest struggle, was just watching them be so sad and not understand. And in the end, though, we watched them grow so much. I mean, that they just matured so much in that 6 months' time, from being so upset and mad and to being just okay with it, and just being such good big brothers. The feeling that we got when we finally could feel the peace just kind of overcome us was just amazing. It's almost like, I can't even explain it. It was like a surreal feeling. I just didn't know that we would ever feel the kind of peace that we had in the end. I think the most peace we felt was after Drew was born. He was still alive when Mike was there baptizing him. We had a room full of our family and our closest friends, and there was so much peace in the room, and it was so clear and evident that God was right there with us. And it just kind of, I think everyone in that room felt that peace and that bonding with God. And it was just such a strong, emotional bond with God. And I just think that everyone sometime in their life should have to walk down a road like that just to feel that kind of a peace with God, because that's I think when it really kind of all came together was right there in that room, and it was just amazing. He'll be 3 in April. I just feel like that's really what his purpose was. I remember praying and asking God so many times, why are you going to give him to us and then just take him away? And I really do think that I think his purpose was so that he would bring us closer to him and make us walk with him.